Alright, so we back. We back. I'm already messing up. We already back. We back with another video. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Like, I know them first two videos, a little. They not the quality I want them to be. I want them to be a little bit better for y'all. So I'm trying to amp the quality up. I'm trying to be more consistent with the quality. I don't know if it's the last video, if I record at nighttime or something, and that's just how it came out. I guess, like, whatever, like I was filming from a pineapple or something, but I don't know, like, it came out a little blurry to me. But yeah, we hear about this video is gonna be more tailored to the men, like the men of my generation, I guess the men of the older generation, whoever finds this video useful, but it's tailored towards men. Because basically I'm gonna be telling them, or teaching y'all what I think a man is, right? What I think a true man is. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Alright, so number one, the ability to take accountability. You are not a man if you cannot take accountability. You are not a man if you cannot take accountability. When you are wrong, you are wrong. When you messed up, you messed up. There is no bogus or BS reason you can use to excuse your poor or bad behavior. So if you messed up, you messed up. Like, and just admit to, like, the fact that you messed up. Because let's be real, when you don't take accountability, you create a lot of enemies. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? People are not going to associate with men that act like victims. And me personally, I don't like to associate with people who always blame the world, or men who blame the world for why they ain't where they at. And they doing stuff to not put themselves in a better situation, and they just blaming the world, acting like a victim, even though they disregarding the stuff they doing and the stuff they could be improving on and being better at. And I just think that's very cowardly, and that does not make a man a man. If you get what I'm saying, like, it's pretty self-explanatory. When a man truly admits when he's wrong or when he needs help, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with saying, yeah, I messed up, or my bad, or my fault, or, like, just because, let's be real, like, they say you're not, well, according to a book I read, they say they say it's not good to take accountability because you lose power or something like that. But I disagree. I think a man, what makes a man a true man is the ability to take accountability. That's just me though. Like, I think if you're willing to admit when you're wrong, that's something that's something that should be respected. Like, I respect that personally. Like, me personally, I respect that. I think any man who's halfway decent will respect that, because it takes a lot of strength to step up to that flame and admit, yeah, I'm wrong. Like, I made a bad decision. I made a bad call. I made a bad judgment. I made poor judgment. But yeah, that's number one. Number two, the ability to be alone. Now, I said in my previous video, I think when the blurry one, the one I was filming from a strawberry or something, but, like, yo, I said that it's human nature to not want to be alone, to have a community, to have an organization or a family. I think, but I think as a man, however, as a man, you need to understand that you're not gonna always have support. You're not gonna always have people backing you. You always not gonna have someone that's in your corner, or someone who's willing to, like, be by your side. Sometimes you got to do things by yourself. And it's just like, you have to be willing to accept that. You have to be willing to accept the fact that, yeah, I ain't got nobody, but you do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know if you're religious or anything, but you gotta remember the architect is always in control. Like, he's always in control. Like, the architect is always there. Like, he's always in control. And sometimes maybe it's not ready for you to have a group of people. Maybe you need to be alone. Sometimes isolation or being alone can be beneficial for you. It can make you like a better person. Like, you able to like see your weaknesses and your strengths and stuff like that. And I just think you should. It's always a man understands knows that has the ability to be alone. That's number 2. All right, number 3 is the ability to put your needs over your desires. Now, this comes down to straight up to discipline. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I'm gonna be real. If you don't have discipline, you're not gonna be nothing in life. That's just real right there. If you can't put your needs over your desires, you're not gonna be successful in life. You're not gonna go anywhere. You're screwed. A true man knows when to put his needs over his desires. He knows he needs to provide. He needs to lead. He needs to take accountability. He needs sometimes to be alone. And if you can't understand that, you have to do what you don't want to do in order to do what you want to do in life. These are things you need to do in order to do what you don't want to do later forward in life. You feel me? So yeah, that's pretty much just, putting your needs, the ability to put your needs on your desires. Like, cause me, I had fell victim to putting my desires over my needs, like, and it never worked out. You know what I'm saying? It never worked out. Like, it's a very destructive path. Like, you don't get nowhere. You realize that you just wasted a bunch of time. But yeah, pretty much. All right, so number 4 is the ability to lead. Like, if you can't lead, you're not a real man. Like, if you can't, I read somewhere, I heard somewhere, and I think it was an anime. I was listening to, I was watching it, and he said something that I had to think about that was real. And he was like, if a king doesn't lead, how can he expect others to follow? And I said, well, dang. I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, if you can't lead, if you can't take control of a situation, if you can't understand that your position is to lead, not to complain, and not to overall just be submissive. Your job, your role as a man is to lead. You have to be able to, you have to lead in order for you have to be the king that leads if you want others to follow. Like, if you got a family, if you got a girl, preferably if you got a wife, you have to lead them. I mean, if you got children, you got family, wife and all that, girl, you have to lead them. If you can't lead them, then you're not, let's be real, you're not really worth respecting. Like, see, you can't just sit there and complain about the burden of leadership. Leadership can be a blessing and it can be a curse. It's a blessing because you have the ability to, you have a little bit more control over certain situations because you're the leader. It's a curse because people tend to disregard how you feel about certain things, and you as a man, you need to be all right with that. Well, not all right with that, but you need to be able to understand that comes with the burden of leadership. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're not being heard, or you need someone to vent to, or you need an outlet or something, do your best to see if you can find that. Everyone is different. Like, I'm pretty sure you got something that you can do, or someone that you can talk to that will make things easier, I guess, But yeah, that's the burden of leadership. You got to learn how to lead. If you can't lead, if a king doesn't lead, how can you expect others to follow? If you're not leading, how do you expect other people to follow you? How do you expect your wife to follow you? How do you expect your children to follow you? How do you expect your girl to follow if y'all not married? You know what I'm saying? If you're not leading, how do you expect others to follow? So that's number 4. I'm trying to organize these to where they make sense and it's coherent. Okay, should be like this is the 5th one. Like, this is the last one. It's the ability to control your emotions. Now, if you can't control your emotions, you're not a real man. Like I said, this kind of falls under the needs and desires category. You feel what I'm saying? If you can't control yourself and you can't control your emotions, you're not a man that's worth respecting. If you can't control your words, that's a man that's not worth respecting. Because how can you lead your family and you can't even lead yourself? You can't even control your own emotions. So how you expect her to follow you? And how you expect your children to follow you? The goal of the leader is to be the example of who they should be like. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you have to be able to control your emotions, because if you don't, the system will. These people have no problem locking you up, man. Like, they really don't. Ain't nothing to them. I think they get paid off that too. Like, but they have no problem locking you up. So either you learn how to control your emotions by finding an outlet or finding something that can tame your emotions, or the system will. And they don't care about what you're talking about. They don't care about, oh, it was a moment of weakness, or I fell victim, or I'm sorry. They don't care about none of that. They really don't. So, like, yeah, that's all I have for y'all right now. That's the 5th one. I'm trying to make these more coherent so it's easy to understand. Because I know in the last 2 videos, I ain't even understand what I was saying. I was the one saying it, but like, I'm trying to keep things more coherent and more easy to understand so y'all can get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you get on these videos, get on the camera, you start rambling, you start just talking, and you just start talking, and like, you kind of lose what you were saying. But like, yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have for y'all. That's pretty much all I have for y'all. But yeah, like, those are the 5 talking points. So I'm gonna go over them to you one more time. All right, number 1, the ability to take accountability. Number 1, the ability to take accountability. Number 2, the ability to be alone. Number 3, the ability to put needs over desires. Number 4, the ability to lead. All right, and this is the 5th one. This page of time. Number 5, the ability to control your emotions. So yeah, that's just the brief little summary, and that's pretty much it. That's the 5 points. That's what I think. Now, people may have different opinions, but that's just what I think, and that's how not how I feel, but that's how I think, and it is what it is. Like, if you follow those, like I said, I think you're a man. I don't know about everyone else, but I think you are. But yeah, y'all keep your head up. Like I said, this video is tailored towards men. I don't know if women can find much value out of this. I guess, like, but I don't know if you find much value out of it, but this is more tailored towards men, because I know there's a lot of lost younger people out here, like people around my age. I'm only 23, so like, I know what it feels like to be lost, and I'm trying my best to give you an example and to guide you to be better, so you don't be as lost. At least that's my mission. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I don't want you might still be lost, but maybe if you watch this video, you won't be as lost. And I can say, if that happens, I can say that I did what I need to do. You know, I did what I was supposed to do. So I hope y'all take away something from this. Y'all men take away something from this and just be better. You know what I'm saying? And always remember, take it one day at a time. And always remember also, a king that doesn't lead, if a king doesn't lead, how can he expect others to follow? That's it.